Hello, everyone. Steve Seabold back with MentalToughnessBlog.com. Last week, I did an interview with Fortune magazine about what we can learn from the mindset of Olympic athletes since we're in the middle of the Olympics. Well, the interview got picked up by CNN and CNBC, and it went all over the major media, news media, as well as a bunch of business magazines and blogs and that kind of thing. And so I wanted to share the premise of my response to this interview with Fortune. And here it is. I was never an Olympic athlete, but I was a professional athlete, and I've worked with great professional athletes in many sports all over the country. And the secret to their success in terms of motivation, in terms of mental toughness, in terms of critical thinking under pressure, the secret to their success is passion for what they do. It's passion for what they do, and passion really is about control. You have to control passion. You have to manipulate passion. You have to use passion to your advantage to fuel your performance. Not only your performance, but your dedication level, your sacrifice, all your practice schedule, your travel schedule. Everything you do as a professional athlete is driven at the root by passion. Okay, so what does that got to do with business, and why would Fortune magazine care about the mindset of an Olympic athlete? Here's why. Because the same passion that drives the Olympic athlete is the passion that drives the millionaire entrepreneur or the millionaire business person. It's the same passion. And that's what they wanted to know. Is it really the same thing that fuels the great athlete, that fuels the great business person? Well, I've interviewed millionaires, multimillionaires, and billionaires now for almost 30 years. I'm on year number 29. I'm still interviewing them all over the world as I travel, speaking and training and doing media interviews and that kind of thing. And without a question, it is their number one asset. It's not the passion that's their asset. It's their ability to control and manipulate their passion for performance. Let me say it again. It's not the passion. A lot of people are passionate. They're passionately broke. They're passionately poor athletes. They're passionately, in a lot of things. They're not succeeding at. But the great performers know how to manipulate and control their passion, which is essentially emotion. So they think through critical thinking. They think with logic. They steer with logic. They direct their performance with logic. But they fuel their passion. They fuel their performance with passion. So what's the point of me telling you this? My question for you, my critical thinking question for you is, are you passionate, number one? And number two, do you know how to direct your passion toward performance? Let's say your goal is to lose weight. How are you doing on that? Now, if you're physically fit and that was your goal, you've successfully manipulated and controlled your passion. If you're not, you haven't. What about money? Do you have all the money you need? If you do, you've successfully controlled and manipulated your passion. If you haven't, you have not. There really is no gray area. You're either on the way to it, okay, or you're there, or you're not using it. It's really about manipulating and controlling your own passion. Okay, so great. How do you do this if you're not currently succeeding at it? This is what we teach the greatest performers, some in corporate America, and I used to with professional athletes. It's all about focus. It's all about what goal do you want more than any other goal. Let's say it's money, because right now a lot of people are struggling with money. Are you directing 100% of your passion in terms of business toward making money, toward margins, toward profit? Or are you doing what most people do, which is spreading your passion sort of all over the place? If you've got more money than you need, congratulations, you're succeeding at manipulating your passion. If you don't, you're not currently succeeding. Now, you might be on your way to it, but you have to ask yourself that question. It's really all about 100% focus on the goal through the vehicle of passion, controlling emotions. That's really what mental toughness is all about. People think a lot of things about mental toughness, but at the end of the day, when it comes to getting results, it's all about controlling and manipulating your emotions. And passion is the ultimate fuel. It's the ultimate emotion for driving success. Why? Because the passionate person wakes up in the morning thinking about their goal and falls asleep at night thinking about their goal, while everyone else without passion, or people that don't know how to control and manipulate it, turns it off at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. How do you compete when you do that with someone who dreams about their business, who wakes up thinking about it, who goes to bed thinking about it? You can't compete with someone like that. That's why it's so hard to compete with a great athlete unless you've got that controlled passion, because they're thinking about it all the time. This is what we do with companies every day. We help them raise sales by teaching their people how to learn how to control and manipulate their passion and their emotion, and it works to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars in increased sales. We can do this individually. We can do this, with groups of people. We're all capable of getting these results. We really are. But it's a very subtle difference in performance. That's really what it comes down to. And the subtle difference is not only being passionate. A lot of people are passionate, but it's the ability to control and manipulate that passion and then direct it toward your ultimate goal until you achieve it. Something to think about. I'll look forward to your comments. As always, I'm Steve Sebo for the Mental Toughness blog. I'll see you next time.